guys, today I'm going to do my November TBR. Normally I would combine my TBR video with my wrap-up video, but I'm actually having to film this around 5 days before the end of October, so I like to think I'm going to get quite a lot of reading in before the end of October, but also I haven't actually read very much in October. I read Turtles All the Way Down and half of Queen of Shadows, so I think next month I will hopefully get a little bit more reading done, and then I'll probably do like an October-November combined wrap-up video. But I do have high expectations of myself for November, probably too high, but I like setting high goals because I think it normally makes me read more, and I'm a little bit more settled into my job now. So I think I can get through this quite big pile I have. The first thing I want to do is finish Queen of Shadows by Sarah J Maas. This is the 4th book in the Throne of Glass series, and if you've been watching Mine and Amy's channel for a while, you'll know that I've been really struggling to pick up this book. I've read Air of Fire like a good year and a half ago, didn't like it, so I've been really struggling to actually have the enthusiasm to pick this up, but I'm so pleasantly surprised. I'm really loving it so far. I almost can't put it down, but it is quite a big book. I'm currently around 300 pages through, so I just have to read about half of this, which I hopefully will do before October actually ends, but it should definitely get done within like the first week of November. And the other exciting thing, which I'm pretty sure I will definitely get done in November, is to read all of Rat Queens again, because this is volume 4. I went on like a hunt round various shops the other day to get this because it was kind of up in the air if it was going to happen, because I know there was a big kind of scandal about the main author, but I'm pretty sure it's now written by someone else, but it's being carried on. And yes, I'm just really excited to see where this goes, but I must admit I don't feel like I remember the storyline well enough to jump into volume 4, and I just love this series so much, so I definitely want to reread all of them, which I don't think will take very long. So you've got the first one, Sass and Sorcery, which I remember absolutely loving. Then the second one, The Far-Reaching Tentacles of Nergoth. The volume 3, Demons. And then the brand new one, volume 4, is called High Fantasies. So yeah, I definitely want to get through at least a couple of these this month, but I'm so excited to get to this brand new one that I definitely think I will read all 4 of these in November. A book I didn't get round to reading in October that I still want to read, hopefully this month, but definitely before the end of the year, is the illustrated Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, because I love this book so much, and I was really lucky to see Cursed Child last weekend, so I'm definitely in a Harry Potter mood, and I just think this is going to be amazing. But I'm struggling to read it because I read a lot in the bath and when I'm travelling, and this isn't really ideal for either of those things, so I can only really read it at home at night, but I'm definitely going to try and get into this month. I feel like those plans are the more definite ones for this month, but I also want to read Nevernight by Jay Kristoff, because if you remember I did a video, I think it was the end of the year book tag, and in that you had to mention 3 books you wanted to read by the end of the year. So I thought 3 books, 3 months, let's just promise I'll read one every month. The first one was Queen of Shadows, so I'm obviously making my way towards that, and then there was also Nevernight and The Name of the Wind. So I think I want to pick up Nevernight this November because I've really wanted to read this for a long time, and I've heard good things about it, and I just really think I'm going to love it. I absolutely love the cover. I know I talk about that a lot, but I think this is an amazing cover. And yeah, I just really hope I like this. I'm not sure I want to jump straight into it after Queen of Shadows though, because I think it's kind of similar in terms of it's high fantasy, and I think this is maybe about a sort of assassin type girl. So I might leave this a little bit of a gap in between Queen of Shadows for this. And with that in mind, I did kind of want something maybe a little bit more contemporary to break up the fantasy this month. So I've got 2 new books which I'll be mentioning in an upcoming book haul. But the first one is Autumn by Ali Smith. I really know this name for some reason. I know this was nominated for a Man Booker Award. I know the name of this author really well, and I don't really know why, but I actually found out this is part of a series where she's doing like 1 book every season, so I know Winter is coming out soon, and I think that's a really cool idea, so I kind of want to try and read that as it comes out and kind of keep on the ball with it. So obviously that means I'd like to get to Autumn before autumn actually ends. And this book it's really short, it's got big font, and I'm pretty sure it's kind of around Brexit and like the season of change, so it might be quite a political sort of tough going read, but I also just think it's going to be something kind of different, so I'm very intrigued by this. And another new book I bought recently was Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie. I absolutely love this cover, I think it's gorgeous. Again, this just seems like it's going to be pretty fast paced. There's a film coming out soon, so I would quite like to read this before the film and before I see any spoilers or something. And again, I think it might just be an interesting read to like break up the other books, the kind of fantasy books, and I do like a good mystery. And I don't know, it's kind of like big fun. It's around 300 pages. I think I can get through it pretty quick, and I'm just kind of hyped for this because of the talk of the film. And if I manage to get through those other like 4 or 5 books in November, which might not happen, but I'm ambitious as always, I would also like to get round to The Silver Mask by Holly Black and Cassandra Clare. This is the 4th book in the Magisterium series, which started off okay, but must admit I did really enjoy the 3rd book, The Bronze Key, and it ended on quite a cliffhanger. And this book is so short, it's like 220 pages, so I think this is quite an easy one to kind of slip in somewhere in the month, especially if it's kind of the end of the month and I think, oh, I wish I'd read a bit more. I definitely think I can kind of slip this in somewhere. And my friend has just read all the series and he says that this, like, it gets better as it goes along, and he really enjoyed this 4th book. So fingers crossed I can get round to it. So these are all the books I'd like to get round to in November. As always, when I hold them up like this, I think there's not a chance in hell I'm going to read all of these pages. But I do have a good like 3 or 4 books here that are pretty short, should be pretty quick reads, and I am halfway through Queen of Shadows, so I'm going to be optimistic as always, and I really hope I can get around to this and have a good reading month, because I haven't really had a great reading month now since around August, so I definitely do want to have a better reading month soon. Let me know down below what you're hoping to read in November, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye!